What's up, soul family? Welcome back to Tarot to the Core. Here to bring you another tarot reading. Now, you saw the decks at the beginning of the video. I hope you used your intuition to choose wisely. I don't want you just picking because you like a number, or before you saw the video you already had a number in your head. When you see the piles, you choose the deck of the first number that probably pops in your head or feels right to your gut. So that way you get the proper reading. But I want everybody to remember these are just generalized readings. So some things may not apply to you, but I hope they do. And I really hope you enjoy this reading. And if you really like the reading and you like what you hear, please comment at the bottom. If you have any suggestions, I would also like you to comment those. And also, if you really like the video, please hit subscribe to my channel. And if you would ever like your own personal reading, you can hit me up at tarottothecore@gmail.com or visit my Instagram and DM me there, and I will give you a consult. I also provide energy readings and other types of energy work. If you would like to be interested in that, you can also contact me at those same places, and we can have a consult and figure out what you would like to do and how you would like to help yourself energetically, get more in touch with yourself and figure out what's going on, and really figure out through me how tarot can help you figure out how to help you through your life and how to help you energetically and figure out what might be wrong energetically. I also use other tools and whatnot. So please contact me, give me a consult. I hope you enjoy your reading. Please hit subscribe if you like this. Love you all. Stay tuned for the reading. What is up, my knights? Welcome to today's reading. I hope you looked at the beginning of the video and used your intuition to pick the piles. We have 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now this is an important reading. We're doing what is blocking my alignment. Now, this is a great one to do, especially that we are in the Lion's Gate right now with extreme manifestation, purging, trying to get back in alignment to make things happen for us faster, right? So we really want to see what may be blocking us from actually getting to where we want to be, being in line with our true selves and our energetic being. A lot of us have trouble actually sitting with ourselves and actually being who we truly are and finding out who we truly are as an energetic being. So it's really important that sometimes we just look in and find out what our blocks are. Now remember, this is just a generic reading, so you might have more than one pile that has a message for you, right? So if you pick a pile, always remember, if you hear a second one, maybe listen to that one too, because it might have intertwined messages inside it. So that is totally possible to do, because these are generic readings, so there might be intertwined. I like to see as I like to look at it as we have our primary pile, which has the most messages for us, and then we have a secondary pile which has messages intertwined inside that reading for us. So I just want to hope everybody's doing really well. I love you all. Thank you for coming, and we will get started with pile 1. All right, pile 1, welcome, welcome, welcome. What is blocking your alignment, pile 1? We'll shuffle your deck here. We'll see what's going on, because we can really purge all this really fast during the Lion's Gate, right? So let's do this. The Pyramid of Giza is very strong. The portal that is open right now. So we're going to shuffle 2 more times. All right. Let's see, what is your first card? So your first card, pile 1, is failure, the 7 of discs. So what I'm hearing here for failure is that, I mean, one of your real blocks is that you think you fail at everything. You try everything, especially in like your physical realm. You try to do this, you have this great idea, but everything seems to fail, or you perceive it to fail is what I would like to say, perception. You perceive it to fail, so you give up. But we got to keep trying. There's always going to be struggles in what we do. There's always going to be hardships in what we do. Nothing necessarily comes easy, right? So
in this life and in this physical form with our energetic body, of course, there are certain things that are aligned to us that we should properly do. During different kinds of energy work, I can also figure that what is your pure alignment and what do you align most towards and what works best for you. But none of us are really failures. We have success in pretty much everything we do. If you just have to look at it that way, we have to keep trying, we have to keep seeing where it goes. And then you get the Ace of Swords. So another block is that I would see with the failure, it goes right along with the failure. You don't think you're good enough, you don't think you're strong enough, you don't think you have the power behind you to actually do these goals that you have in mind, that you get this extreme clarity at times, and then you just kind of drop away from it, and you're like, no, that's not right. I'm not going to be good enough to do that. I am not good enough. And that really hurts us energetically when we talk like that, because we're talking down. I mean, if we look into like the truth of Hado and everything, when we speak mean to a plant or water, the water crystals change, or like the plant starts to die. So when we do that to ourselves, it actually kills our energetic being, and we actually start to lose the clarity that the Ace of Swords can actually bring. That if you keep striving and keep believing that you are not a failure, and get rid of, like, your main block is believing you're a failure. So if we get rid of that block, you will see the clarity and the light will start to shine on exactly where you're supposed to go with things. So when you try something and you see something as failing, maybe the whole thing is to tweak it a little bit, you know what I mean? Just tweak it just a little bit so it can go in a little bit of a different direction, but you're still doing exactly what you want to do. And then we get the Magus. So along with your blocks and everything, it all goes along the same line. So you're believing you're a failure, so you lose your clarity in all this, and you don't feel like you hold the magic anymore in life to be able to complete your dreams. Like, maybe what I'm hearing is maybe you think you're too old, or maybe you think you're not physically fit enough, or you're not smart enough. Like, that magic to you is gone because life hasn't given you necessarily what you wanted. But the magic is always there. We can always light the fire inside and bring the magic back. It's always there. It's hiding inside us. You just got to find your magic. You got to remove all the blocks to abundance and wealth and for the things you want to do, because we start to lose our magic when we feel stuck, or we feel like we have to do these things that we don't really want to do. I mean, I know there's the terms of being responsible and being an adult, but we also have to take care of self, right? Once we stop taking care of self, we get depressed, we get down on ourselves, and we start to not follow our dreams at all, because now we're just getting to this point in life where, like, what's the point? It doesn't matter anymore. Why should I? So then, group one, you also get the Emperor card. So this all aligns really well with believing you're a failure. You don't feel like you're clear enough or smart enough, and you don't have the magic anymore to do it. So you don't feel like you're that leader. Like, maybe when you were younger, you used to feel like you could have been a leader, or you were a leader, and along the line, somewhere along the lines, that magic seemed to fade wherever your life was going. And you don't have that leadership, you feel like you don't have that leadership quality, but I tell you, you do. Everybody is a leader in their own way. It just has to be totally aligned with you, and you have to remove the blocks that you're not capable of it and that you are a failure. If what I'm hearing for you is, like, if you became a leader, would you fail everybody else? So we shouldn't worry about that. Failing everybody else, because if you are a good leader, that card wouldn't have popped up if you weren't a good leader. Maybe if you're a guy also, maybe you feel like you're struggling as a father and being a leader for your kids and showing them responsibility. And if you think you're a failure, you won't be able to show your kids or anything like that how not to be a failure. Like, you want to be the best person that you can be. There's different ways of being a leader in life, right? And we'll take out your fifth card here, the Virtue, the Three of Wands. So if you get rid of all these blocks, what I'm seeing, especially with the Virtue card, things will start to blossom. The clarity will come, the feeling good again with yourself, right? And the magic is there. You got to believe in the magic. Magic is real, man. You really got to believe that. So many people just don't believe in magic anymore, or that things just don't work out, things like that. We just got to like follow what society tells us. But that's not true. That's not where the magic lies, is where society tells us to be, or how society tells us to be a leader, or how society tells us we should think. That is not you. So we have to step out of how society thinks we should be, because that is not what's in alignment with you. You are not aligned with the stereotypical person of society. I'm just asking you, like, your homework here, I want to give you some homework here, group one, is to figure out who you are, what drives you, what you could truly be a leader in, and look back in your life and see what you actually have been successful at, and that you've, because I don't think you've actually ever been a failure. You just think you are, because things haven't gone necessarily your way. Thank you, group one. That was fantastic. Please do your homework. If you like what you heard today, I would like you to comment at the bottom, hit the subscribe button, hit the thumbs up, give me some support. And if you need an actual personal reading, or you want to check out what other modalities or things that I use to help people, you can email me at tarottothecore@gmail.com, or you can leave it in your comment at the bottom and I will contact you back. You can also DM me on my Instagram, and I will get in contact with you as soon as possible. I provide many different ways of working with energy and different things, not just tarot cards. I just like to do tarot cards and give a generalized reading to people to try to help them out. So group one, thank you for today. I love you all. See you next time. All right. Now on to group two. Let's figure out what needs to be, what is blocking you from alignment. So we want to see, and if we can tackle this, during the Lion's Gate, we can manifest this really quickly, right? And we can move on, do great things, and really be who we truly seek ourselves to be. All right, we'll do this one more time here. All right, first card for you, group two. All right, with the Queen of Wands here growing up for you, since this is a block to alignment, this card, what I'm seeing and I'm hearing from the Queen of Wands here for you, group two, is that you don't really feel like you fit in. So you kind of like isolate, or you sit by yourself, or you try not to get in too many groups of people, or seek out too many different groups of people, because you feel like you just don't fit in anywhere, which is not true. You truly fit in, but maybe there's something you don't even know who you truly are. What do you like? Who am I? Who am I inside as a true energetic being? I mean, that's the struggles of a lot of times in society, is we struggle actually going inside and figuring out what we like and who we are. So it struggles us to actually see how we fit in, because society and everybody else has told us what we are supposed to like for so long. So then we get the Queen of Cups for you, group two, which, what I see with this, you really don't see how you fit into things. You really don't think you fit in. Many different ways of fitting in is a struggle for you. So we go to Queen of Cups, group two. And so when we don't feel like we fit in, we isolate a lot, and we don't talk out things with other people. Emotions can become a huge problem. We can have a lot of emotional blockage that actually helps us release, or they might come from past lives, things we have done over and over and over, right? So this just isn't like a concept that's happening in this lifetime. This seems to be happening in many lifetimes for you. So there's a lot of emotional blockage that you would have to get through, and to be able to express your emotions. Because sometimes what I'm hearing is you don't necessarily know how to express your emotions, or really just express yourself. With this, like not fitting in, how do I express myself if I don't really know who I am, or who I fit in with, or who I like, or whatever? I mean, You probably know what kind of music you like and things like that, but really and truly deep inside, who am I? That deep, deep question, who am I? And what am I feeling? And then we get the Princess of Discs. So with this being another block and this being a reading 2 blocks, the Princess of Discs, what I hear here is you struggle with change, you struggle with new things, new beginnings, or even starting things that are even new, because like we go back to this card, we don't know how we fit in. So how do we change things to what we like if we don't know? So we got to keep moving along. We got to strive to figure that out. We got to dig deep inside. I mean, there's a lot of energy work. There's a lot of different modalities that could help with this type of block that is happening. And even like I'm hearing like struggles to like, sorry, I hit my camera. Let me get a drink of water here real quick. But what I'm hearing here, sorry for the pause. What I'm hearing here is you really want something new, though. You want something to change. You want a new beginning because this life, the way it's been happening, especially with COVID-19, being isolated, the mask, we can't even see anybody's face anymore, let alone know who they are, hear what they're trying to say. So even more of the connection for you is being lost. So it's an even bigger struggle. So we really got to find what drives us and how to get out there and how to get people to hang out with us or figure out what we really like and jump into these new beginnings, because the Lion's Gate here is all about manifesting what we want into the new beginning and striving for it. So you can totally do that. We can remove those blocks and you can start a new chapter in your life instead of sitting there questioning, getting all up in your head with the emotions and trying to figure it out. I mean, all these lines in here are tangled up. What I see is like you have this knot of emotions, but no one or anything really to express them with. And then we get Valor. And I mean, it fits right in because now we Valor, like we want to feel good enough. We want to be good enough. We want to be strong enough. So once we remove these blocks, you know, we start to stand up straight. We start to be more outgoing. I mean, we have introvert, extrovert, whatever, but everybody can still connect with people and be this person. If we keep believing we can't, we won't. Why don't we just try? Because group 2, you really do have that strong spine. You really do. You really are strong. I believe in you. I actually see it for you. You can actually be this person that is outgoing, gets out, does the things that you want. I mean, I believe you have a lot of ideas, a lot of strong ideas for new things that you want to do, new things that you want to create. You're very creative. This card also shows as a sign of creation, being very creative. So once we figure out who we are and we can shape ourselves into that, you can create, release the emotions and start the new beginnings and have that strength. And if we really do this, another block that I see for you, and I mean, it will all come together in a full circle like we see in the card of completion, the 4 of Wands. It will all come together, but what happens when we feel like we don't, you know, have a sense of completion? Like we never complete anything, we start something, but we never totally finish. So we have to strive to keep finishing things, because when we do finish things, things get better, things look better, we feel accomplished, and we feel strong, and a lot of the things we accomplish start the new beginnings and release a lot of these emotions that we are tangled up in. So if we do all this and we do these blocks, you will have a sense of completion and all these new beginnings and this strength that you have been striving for, just very curious and not understanding how to do it. Or even maybe, especially with everything going on, a lot of people are frightened right now. They don't know what to do. The government and everybody keeps telling them to do these certain things that don't help a lot of people energetically or even help a lot of people as a person. So group 2, really work on that for me. If you want to contact me and see all the other modalities and energy work that I do, you can contact me at tarottothecore@gmail.com. You can please leave a comment at the bottom if you like what you heard. Also, you can leave any questions or comments about the reading down at the bottom, and I'll answer you as soon as possible. You can also DM me at my Instagram, and please hit the like button and subscribe if you like what you heard today. I love you, Group 2. Have a great time. Stay prosperous and keep being that strong knight that I know that you are. All right. Let's move on to Group 3. All right, Group 3. How are we feeling today? I hope everybody's feeling okay, feeling strong. I mean, these blocks that we're searching today, they're things that need to be dealt with. A lot of people get scared when we go to dig deep inside and figure out who we are. But it's really a necessity, because if we ignore it, it just gets worse and worse and worse. So we don't want to ignore these things, right? So let's shuffle your deck 2 more times and we'll dig right in to what's going on with you. All right, Group 3, we get the 7 of Cups, debauch. So what I'm seeing here and hearing for the 7 of Cups, debauch with you, things, I mean, we can just look at the card, right? It looks very yucky. I mean, even the flowers are drooping, the background's cloudy. This looks like a mucky just mess and feeling stuck. So this card also represents a lot. You have a lot of unplugging to do. Unplugging from your past, maybe unplugging from addiction, and especially right now, that is a very hard thing. That is a very big block to get through. Me, myself, have also been through that struggle. So when we have to unplug from things from the past that we feel like rule our lives, but they really don't, we just energetically allow it to. And it creates this type of energy around us, very contaminated looking energy. And we have to unplug from that. We have to unplug from other people that maybe are not serving us anymore. I mean, we can see the collective right now. The collective energy feels like this. So it's no doubt that a lot of people would feel like this right now anyways, with the pandemic. I like to say plandemic, but that's whatever. But with it, you know, and everything else going on, we have to isolate, we have to be inside, we have to wear masks. I mean, the human connection is really being lost, and a lot more people are starting to plug back into their past, their old habits or addictions that they have long forgotten, and they've started to blossom again. We don't know how to unplug from it. So that is a very big deal. That is I'm not saying it's bad. I mean, it happens. A lot of us get in this situation where just life just feels stuck and murky, and our energetic field gets very contaminated, but it's work we can do. Everything can be cleared. Everything can be fixed. We can do this for ourselves. And then we get the 9 of Wands for you, Group 3, strength. So since this is blocks, what's blocking us from alignment? So you are a strong person, or else the card wouldn't show up. But you have a block to your true strength, your true light, the true knight that you want to be. I like calling everybody knights because I'm starting my business, the Knight of Lights, for my energy work and the different modalities that I use, plus the tarot card reading. But sorry for the sidetrack. This is all about you. But the block to strength and the block to light, like we sit there like, what is really blocking us? Is it false beliefs that we have, is what I'm hearing? Maybe a lot of false beliefs, or people are telling me to be this way, but that's not who I am. I'm strong over here, but how come nobody's supporting me over here? People will. Once you go that way, you will be supported. You just got to get out of what everybody else wants you to be, what everybody else is telling you your light is supposed to be. We got to get out of that mentality here. And this also has to do with a lot of unplugging from this. You'll start to feel lighter, stronger, especially when it's your strengths and not what everybody else told you to do, or what everybody else told you your light was, or where it comes from. Because your intuition is telling you that that's not right, right? So let's move on. Gain. So what I'm seeing here is that Group 3, you have a big block to abundance, a big block to money. This card really represents money. You might have all your life. It's another thing you have to unplug up from, debauch. Like all this is probably going to represent all the murkiness that is coming through all these other cards today. So your big block to abundance and wealth, like what is my concept of money? Money is not evil. Money is not the root of all evil. People who use it that way are evil, right? Money allows people to be evil, but money can be used in a lot of good ways. We can see it. Money can be used in a good way. It's not the root of all evil. We do not have to make a commitment to poverty or anything like that. Like, you know, some religions do, like nuns and everything. They make a commitment to be poverty, to live in poverty with little. But truly, we want to manifest this abundance. I mean, one, it helps us feel better that we actually have the money. But a lot of people have the block to abundance. So we live in poverty. It could be past life experiences. It could be this experience, like in this lifetime, people telling you, this is how you have to make money. This is the job you have to do. But that's all false, and it creates blocks to our true abundance template and our true way to get wealth. Everybody has a certain divine energy that links us to this abundance. So this abundance to money for you, I'm hearing, is very strong. I'm not saying you're like necessarily poor. Some of you might be actually poor and struggling with money all the time, short on rent, short on this, and you have to figure it out. You won't pay other bills because you have to eat. That is a very big possibility. But other people, you know, they just might be living paycheck to paycheck. Like, they're okay, but it's not like you're getting any further because of these blocks. But these blocks are very, very easy to remove. I mean, with some people, the blocks are really, really strong and held up for many, many generations. Even ancestral blocks can be coming through for this money, which is what I'm hearing. Like, I'm talking a lot on this card because this is a big, big block for you. And it's something that we want to work on, figuring out what our belief system is about money. The belief system of why maybe you don't believe you don't deserve the money. You don't deserve to be a rich and prosperous person. You don't believe that you can live inside that abundance. Or maybe you're scared you might turn into a bad person if you have too much money, or the people you love might leave you, like your friends or anything, because they don't have money and you might. So many different angles can go into this, and I'm seeing a lot for you. It's probably because a lot of people are seeing this deck, and there's so many different types of blocks that are coming in, but it's perfectly workable. Then we get the 4. I mean, we see the 9s here. I want to point out the 9s real quick, because the 9s, man, that's a sense of completion. Like, if we get here, we release these blocks, man, you will start striving forward. And I mean, 9 is a very divine number. You will start to see the completion. And with the 4 coming over here, sometimes the numbers just pop out, right? With the 4 coming up again, that just means you're on the right track. Your angels are trying to send you messages here. And then we get the 4 of discs with power. And where's your block to power? Why do I have a block to power? Do you really want to, maybe a lot of you want to actually work for yourself and be an entrepreneur and be who you want to be, and you're tired of working for everybody else. You're stuck in these 4 walls where everybody else, like what I'm hearing and seeing with this card is like there's so many people on these towers that have the power, and you're down here and doing what they're telling you to do, when you could truly be in your power and you could be on the tower. You deserve to be on the tower. You deserve to be on top. Removing these blocks of strength and abundance and gain and money, you can truly, it would actually help you release. I feel like they're connected for you, the power block and everything. You release all these things, and then you start to gain your power through the power inside yourself, which you are starting to express. And then we get the adjustment card. Very powerful card. So the other block that I'm seeing with this coming through for you is balancing things out. I mean, this all goes together. How do I balance things out to get my power and to be who I want to be? How do I balance things out to get the money? How do I balance, balance a balanced budget, right? Okay. So how do I balance things out? You know, balance my spirituality, balance my regular life, balance my job to actually get where I want to be. And how do I balance all this nonsense coming from the outside world into my world where I really don't want it? So we got to shield all that off with your power. And, you know, a lot of balance, you know, the unplugging and everything. You're really figuring out how to balance things. That is one of the biggest things. like I would say group 3, your main homework here right now is to start figuring out how to balance things out. And once we start to figure out how to balance things out, when we feel balanced on the inside, especially the balance between the masculine and feminine side being soft and powerful at the same time, we start to create the balance, and then we can start to see the blocks, and we can start to see the direction that we need to go and start to really go forward. So really work on that balance. See what's out of balance in your life. See, you could really feel inside and deeply what's out of balance for you, and start to question, like, why do I keep doing this if it's not balanced and it doesn't feel right? So start to change a couple of those things. Start to work on it. I love you, group 3. You're very powerful people. We can do this. Let's do it in the Lion's Gate. Let's figure it out. And group 3, if you like what you heard today, please leave a comment, subscribe, like. And if you have any questions or you want to get a hold of me to see what modalities I use for energy work, you can email me at tarottothecore@gmail.com. Leave a comment or question at the bottom, and I will answer you, or DM me on my Instagram, at Tarottothecore. And I will contact you very quickly as soon as possible, and I will answer any of your questions or anything you leave in comments at the bottom. All right, love you all. Love you, group 3. Stay strong, stay powerful, get that money, and balance yourself. All right, let's move on to group 4 here. What is up, group 4? Let's figure out what you need to release and what blocks and restrictions are happening for you during this Lion's Gate portal, and what we need to express and release. All right, 2 more times and we will get to your deck. Group 4. First card is 2 of Swords, Peace. So what I'm hearing here, with peace, you struggle with peace. You study with having a peaceful life, a peaceful household. And now that you're struggling with peace and everything's chaotic, maybe what I'm hearing here is maybe you strive towards chaos, not realizing it. A lot of people don't realize they strive towards the chaos and they hold on to it. Because it feels like a safe place, and then we get really uncomfortable in a peaceful place. We don't understand what to do with it. It's very confusing. It's very out of the ordinary for us. So really, in reality, you want to strive for this peaceful situation and learn how to sit in it. Meditation, different things that can be gone through this. You want to cut the cord of chaos that you keep plugging into and really release yourself from this. Excuse me, I need a drink of water. All right, group 4. So we really want to get out of the chaos. The chaos is not comfortable for anybody or anything, especially you, especially since you have what I would like to call a block or restriction to peace. We really want to get in that peaceful situation and stop stepping into chaotic relationships, being friends with chaotic people, dramatic people. That is not where you sit well. It may just be a block, and that's just what you've been attracting for so many years. That's where your frequency is. So we want to change the frequency and set you in a more peaceful way, in a peaceful manner. Then we get the Prince of Cups. So this kind of relates very much with the Peace card and raising up, know what you're striving for, and being in a peaceful place of light and prosperity. There might be many blocks to this. Not many, just 1 or 2. Understanding what is actually your light, what drives you, and to step out of the normalcy of every day-to-day chaotic. So really figuring out what helps lift you up and strives you and helps you be in the light and everything. Oh, there we go again. So now we get the Hermit card. All about light, sitting with yourself, creating something new. A lot of you with the hermit crab. Sorry, there's a crab right there. Maybe some of you have hermit crabs for pets. I don't know. But the Hermit card as we see here, you might be sitting there and you might be really connected to your past, worried about your past, or a lot of past lives might be affecting you in this way, which need to be healed. Maybe that's where a lot of the emotional blocks come from. We've been in a lot of chaos and emotional situations. We've actually turned away from the light because society says that's not the light anymore or whatever. But to help you remove these blocks, it's really time, as the Hermit card, which it seems like many of you might struggle with actually sitting with yourself. It's time to sit with yourself and express yourself and actually start the energy work and being your divine self. It's time for you, what I would like to say, these cards are asking you, it's time to wake up, because you got to come into your peaceful, light, powerful example of yourself. It's time. Your spirit guides are really calling out for you. It's time for you to show up. It's time for you to go through the hermit phase and become who you were meant to be into this mission in this life. So your reading is actually a lot different from the other ones. You just got to step out of your fear and everything and from the past, and you're being called upon to do a lot of things. And then we get your fourth card, the Two of Cups, which love. So we're doing blocks and restrictions, right? So with the Two of Cups, maybe you have a real block to love. It could be, what I'm hearing is like a block to loving yourself, that you're not good enough to do this phase. Or that might tripping over my words here. That actually might be what is scaring you to actually do this phase that your spirit guides are actually calling you upon to do, is the actual love for yourself, and you don't think you're good enough. That's a real strong block. A lot of people have it actually, is actually being able to love yourself. If we don't love ourselves, we can't love others properly, or we seek love in all the wrong places. I don't really like that saying, but that's kind of like what came out, you know what I mean? So it is true though, right? We do seek, when we don't love ourselves, we seek love from an outside source. So once you get rid of this block of love and everything, and truly learning to love yourself, to love other people, and to love everything around you, love the world, love the universe, love your spirit guides, love everything. It all starts with yourself, doesn't it? And that's where the Hermit card comes in, because it's all about you and your true fire inside and what you are being called to do, and your true awakening is coming. It just shows it right there again. You get the universe. Very powerful. Very good card. You start to do all this, you come to a whole new chapter in your life, and you're going to start striving forward. This Lion's Gate seems to be working for you already, and it is driving you into a new direction. Maybe a lot of you guys in Group 4 understand what the Lion's Gate is all about. So that's actually working for you. I hear that some of you that are watching this video actually know what the Lion's Gate is all about, and you're actually trying to work into it. So we get to the Universe card, and it's very strong calling. It's calling you to start that new beginning. We get the Eye of Horus up here, and just everything about that card is calling upon you to get to that point so you can, it's a true mission card, and truly strive to get forward. But what I'm hearing is you're a little scared. Like you've heard the messages before of what you would necessarily being told to do. Or you've seen the synchronicities, the signs that your spirit guides and angels are giving you to actually move forward and actually get to this point. So I'm asking you, really do it. You don't have many blocks that are showing up in your cards. You're actually having a calling that it wants to manifest itself in this Lion's Gate. So we really I'm just calling upon you, Group 4, really strive to love yourself and get through that and be able to move forward and find your light and rise up. And you will find that peace. I swear to you, you will. And you will find that completion in that setting of the new earth where you're supposed to be lifted onto. So Group 4, I love you. That was a great reading. If you love what you heard, leave a comment. If you have questions for me or anything, you can leave a comment at the bottom or how to get a hold of me. I will answer you. And if you like what you heard, please hit the like button and subscribe. And you can also get a hold of me to see what we can have a consultation on any modalities that I use. You can hit me up at tarottothecore@gmail.com, or you can DM me on my Instagram, or like I said before, you can leave a comment at the bottom and I will answer you on how to get a hold of me. All right, thank you, Group 4. I love you all. You're all very powerful knights. Let's be the Knights of Light. I love you all. Sending you all into your mission. So long. See you next time.